Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Shadow Empire with me, Qualification. This is part 17 now, and we're on round 50, pretty deep into the game, definitely in the mid-game now. We killed 100 infantry, lost nobody, and we have a couple decisions. More fuel deposits have been discovered. Gained forward from this event, that's nice. Quad machine gun. Interesting. Harleys. Okay, so we have completed our motorbike infantry unit, which is a good reconnaissance unit. Another recruit junior, send spy, some pleas of friendship. Alright, let's take a look at that history real quick. Had an attack from these dogs into our men here. And nothing there. Okay. So let's take a glance at the map. One thing to note, by the way, looking at the territory of Schwarzbund, I think this is the Great Lakes region that belonged in when we created the world map. It was this part down here, which means that we are almost dead center on the map. If that's the case, our capital is almost dead center of the globe. And I've been thinking a little bit about who we're going to attack first, if we're going to go after Dunkelraum or Schwarzbund. So both of them are hostile to us. They're both militarists. Both of them are currently led by expansionists. But my thinking is, Schwarzbund, you can see the terrain that's between us. It's a lot of mountainous forests and mountains and desert mountains. We have a natural barrier with them, which once we get technology, we can bridge more easily. You know, I mean, if we field our own walker units, we'll be able to kind of cross that without a lot of problems. But for the time being, it will be difficult to fight them because of the enormous defensive advantage that all that terrain gives them. Not to mention the logistical and industrial costs of trying to, you know, like build roads into their cap. On the other hand, Dunkelraum, there are some mountains, but mostly it's flat. We can see here, there's their capital. This is Granite Ridge, which they took from Queen State back in the day. And then they took this city, Goldkron, way up here, and that's in the desert. So really, they have... they do have ruins here, which gives them a very large defensive advantage to their capital, but there's no ruins in Granite Ridge or Goldkron rather. And mostly their terrain is flat, so I'm thinking they're going to be the ones we attack first. So it'll be Lord Franz Browner that we are going to attack when the time comes. Provided they don't start or make the choice for us, essentially. We'll just have them retreat to there for now. And taking a look at this situation. So we do have some units that have somehow come around to this angle. I don't know how they pulled that off. But we have enough men here now to be able to kind of hem them in. So let's move all of our guys over here. There we go. Take a look at our decisions as well. New organization, we're not going to add one yet. Model design, we need something new. What does our actual motorcycle look like here? Terrible design. Really bad rolls. 61 weapon is astoundingly low. I think this value is between 60 and 120, so we rolled almost as low as possible on weapon design. Meaning that their soft attack, hard attack values are really bad. But really what matters on this unit is the recon stat, which they have 7 of. It's very, very large. So it doesn't matter that they're terrible at fighting, really. I mean, it's not ideal, but these guys are here to boost our recon. Okay, what do we want to do? Might be time for us to get some of these infantry. Actually, we can look at the model map if we go to types. Mechanized artillery opens up this stuff. Medium tanks will open up all of this. APCs are generally a good thing to have anyway. Bazookas will lead us nowhere. They're just bazookas, okay. Anti-tanks don't go anywhere. Medium tank, it might be worth it to design that, even though we definitely can't produce that this turn, just because this will open up all of this stuff for us. Given the terrain that we're dealing with, walkers may be the natural thing to punch through with. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and go for medium tank. And let's forecast here. Did we finish gap mount? Did we finish this? Okay, its construction is finished on demetalization. That's good. So next turn we will actually have metal income for real. Which means we could start building something. What does this level 2 require? 500 metal, 82. Produces a lot of metal though. I mean, that's a huge upgrade over the previous one. For now, we need the metal for other stuff though. This is costing us administrative strain because it's too far from gap mount. I may just decommission this and reconstitute it. I learned from a commenter the way that supply bases work is they extend the logistical range from, well, rather, when supply trucks move out from the cap, before using their own AP, they use extended points. So these are actually best at the start of the chain. So I think we'll close that and we'll just open a new one up in Warm Pool. It's pretty cheap to do, so let's just construct a supply base, and that will then spread AP to get through all of these roads. And on the military front, we moved all these guys. These guys are hemming, so that's fine. Do we have an extra unit? We do. We have walkers there. Okay. Let's move these walkers into a position for combat. Alright, let's go ahead and see what kind of attack we can get with this force here that we have arrayed. 9-1. Let's make this attack. Zoom out here. Okay, so we defeated them. It's good. Can move up all the units that participated in that battle. And we'll move these guys to secure the other angle. Okay. This should be fine. These are our chemical warriors. They can stay in the cap. One thing one viewer had asked me was to check the corruption rating of the governor down here and see if that was maybe one of the reasons that we had all these bad events, but no corruption. They are ambitious, but I mean, they're cap 2, they're not great. They're certainly not fit for rulership particularly. Very suited to combat. Their high command rating is very high. But definitely not someone who should be causing all these terrible events. Actually, what's our stuff look like here? Rock bottom, 1 worker happiness. So our workers are basically just not... We don't even have a production penalty. That's interesting. Population happiness 36. It's going up. Early Civ. That eventually it will drive all that stuff up. The soldiers will keep the unrest out, and they're just militia, so they're free. Down here in Exeter, it's just a matter of we're gonna have worker shortages consistently because of the low population for one, and the fact that worker happiness is almost 0. So we're just not gonna get that much use out of the public economy stuff here for now. Over time, this will become more useful to us. Also, though, we don't care too much. Like, our resource limitations in metal mean that we can't do a whole lot anyways. I'm glad this is still producing something, but it's going to run out very soon. I mean, we have 0.1k scavenge points left. Once it does run out, we can decommission the recycling facility, which then we'd have an extra 4,000 workers. We could maybe upgrade the bureaucrat offices to the 11k worker. Where's it at? Yeah, 13k, so that would cost about 6,000 more workers, 6,500, and we'll be gaining about 4,000 from that. And we haven't made that many new public buildings, so probably we can afford to do that. They're building an oil well here. Well, I don't know where they're building it. Somewhere in this territory we control. Guess we can check the assets list and see if it's in there. Oil well. That might mean that they just haven't started building it yet, in that case. Which is fine. What does the actual population look like here? What are we looking at long term for growth? Free folk, we do have a sizable amount of free folk left. We'll be able to get up to level 5 soon. Okay. Do we need more food? We're actually still positive on food. We haven't really increased our number of soldiers. But yeah, we're going to go with the medium tank. Our production with this in place will give us 125 metal, 62 rare earths per turn. And then I think we just save that up to get this, which is going to cost 3,000 metal. Oof, that's going to cost a lot. Maybe what we do then is save up to put another demetalization somewhere else, possibly in Exeter. One viewer also commented and said that we should make a colony because they had not seen that mechanic in play. I mean, I do agree we want to have a colony, and it should be out here somewhere. We have a lot of resources out here to exploit. Got these ruins to scavenge, and of course all of this oil and stuff. The question is, where do we want to put it? And you know, I mean, it's going to be there's a build-up process because we have to start doing in Gap Mount, we will have to start recruiting colonists, which are a resource, here we are, that we'll have to build up to a large enough amount to be able to create the city. And then once we build the city, we have to then build all of the buildings that go in it. So we're going to need food and that sort of thing. Okay, well, let's go ahead and move this guy around. We can still do something with him. So we'll move this direction, I think, and we'll move there. And this guy, we can move up and over. Got a free city here. In fact, we're almost at the point where we're going to find that bipedal walker, get some military research bonus. Let's go ahead and check the operational logistics map mode. So he's going to be out of supply, but he has full supply, I think, right now. Yeah, he's going to be able to be fine for a turn. And we might just build this road out, actually, since we're floating 2600 IP. That should be no problem. Just build it all the way up. What's that going to cost? 172. Basically nothing for us to get a road out there. Now, actually being able to pump the logistics out that far, well, hopefully our supply base will be able to help with that, because it should increase our logistical range on this side by 50 AP, which then I think will reach that, I'm pretty sure. Okay. The only thing I'm concerned about somewhat is this unit, although it seems to be hemmed in by both of us, actually it can just go this way, and then this guy could follow and then conquer some territory that we claimed from Dunkelraum, but hopefully that won't happen. Okay. Before we end the turn, though, we have to design our new medium tank. Medium tank. So the medium tank, we're going to put a howitzer on it, and I'm going to stick with the 88mm howitzer. And it's going to be very heavy compared to our other stuff, so we'll give it really heavy armor. And what do we actually need? Let me review this. So start development. The 88mm weighs 200 Okay, 200 plus 700 is 900. So even the double diesel is not quite enough, but it'll mostly give us the engine power. Now, we don't as yet have any operational, or not operational, we don't have any anti-tank weapons. Which I think we can... we're not, like, hugely going to run into issues because of that. Why does he have a red supply beacon here? Is that because he's not in the operational logistics range? Yeah, he's, like, kind of on the edge. I guess we should build this road out, too. There we go. Now this area right here is an interesting place for a second city because it's right near these 3 scav ruins. I mean, look, 23, 14, and 12, and we could run all 3 of these simultaneously, plus get the water. That might be a good spot. In fact, I think what we'll do this turn, we'll start working on this goal. We're going to call up the governor here in Gap Mount. Okay, and we're going to... oh, right, we do have the AI under the city. We don't need to do that right now. We have all these events to deal with that we're ignoring, I think. We're going to go to the zone orders, and we're going to say colonist sign-up bonus. We're going to pay them what we pay the military, and we want to recruit up to 1,000 colonists a turn, we'll say. Confirmed. Alright. So, we're going to build up. I think we're going to need at least like 30,000, so we're going to ramp that colonist number up over time. But for now, I'm just going to keep it at 1,000. We're also kind of building up a lot of new soldiers to put into things, which is good. But for right now, we don't want to do too much on that. Now these guys are both in the city. What if we just cut this off? Can we move into battle? Yeah, okay. Good. So we'll just have everybody come up to do the attack. 3.8 to 1. Not great, not terrible. Almost got them. They're so close to breaking. We didn't lose anybody, but we killed 3 of them, and you know, if we look at the readiness, theirs is down to 14, so they're very, very close to being destroyed. Either way, they're hemmed in, and we'll get them very soon. I am curious, though. I have not done a colony myself, so I am interested to see how that works. I think maybe we use New Zone. We can, no, okay, we do colonize, and we have recruits. So we can send these, that's good. Okay, good to know. So they can join the population. These will join workers or population. Okay, so we can still use our recruits, that's fine. Yeah, that's good. We'll end the turn there. That was kind of a long one, but we're interested in keeping things from spiraling into chaos. Now that we have demetalization, I really want to get the second tier of that. That's going to be huge for us in terms of resources. I mean, 500 metal a turn, we would be completely good to upgrade everything else in our entire empire. Meaning more BP, more population happiness, better tech. It's definitely where we want to head. It's just that we will need 3,000 metal to do it, and a lot of machines and high-tech. I think we have the actual number of high-tech and machines we're going to need for that, thanks to the vault that we opened, but always something to try to prepare for. Also, we are going to have to start using high-tech industry ere long. The soil demetalizers, I mean, it's kind of crazy that This is the we are so bottlenecked by our metal production in this game. Like, that is the linchpin on our entire economy. We would be expanding so much more because we could have tanks, we could have, you know, artillery, we could have all that stuff if we had metal. If we had a single metal mine. Killed 200 and 1 decision, 69 reports. For a word, we got to be close to 100 word right now. Deep core mining, this might help us. Yep. 3 new stratagems. Trade. I think this is something we want to look into. This is where the private economy is building something. No. I mean, we did build a supply base here. Or we closed that one, but we did build... Okay, we didn't quite finish it. I see. What's our production look like here? 138. Okay, so that's our new metal income that we can reliably count on per turn. It's still so low. I mean, we basically are getting to the point where we're going to have to set this colony up just to be able to build, the, my brain's all scrambled right now. I'm just trying to think too many things at once here. Well, for now, let's just try to count here. We need to go 6 tiles from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so this tile could work. Could even be maybe a little bit generous and just build it inside of the ruins here. If we did that, let's see, where is it? Mining. So we do our recycling facility first. Okay. What's the soil demetalizer cost? Level 2 is going to cost us 6 high-techs. Okay, so we do have enough to do that. We have enough to do 1 more soil demetalizer and to upgrade one of them to level 2. Okay. Right, we should look at the history, see what actually happened this turn. We were attacked from here, but we killed them. They didn't do any damage to us. And we were attacked here, and we held firm. That's it. Okay, so we actually gained more territory at the expense of our neighbors here. Let's just move up the blue team. Okay. It's kind of amusing that Dunkelraum took our territory because of Indies, and now we've annexed all of this stuff from them because of Indies. It's good. Let's check our operational logistics also just to make sure. Okay, so we do actually extend a little bit from where we were because now this is in supply. If we go forward 1, oh, there's troops on that tile. We almost got wiped out. Yeah, I mean, we had no supply, and we were just blindly marching forward. I was hoping we could take this village, but yeah, there's enemies there. We are entrenched, so that's good. I don't think we'll be taken out, even though we lost half our men right there. Militia, yes, we'll help the militia. Okay. Seven to 1 odds. Let's just do it. And they surrender. Okay, got it. Good. Now we have more free reign to get out here and start claiming this territory. So we'll leave this tiny militia at the end of the road to garrison that spot. The rest of our troops, we're going to start pushing them this way, I think. Also, I am interested in independent motorbikes, so what do we got if we wanted to raise a formation of those? Independent motor... no, we haven't operationalized them yet. That's right. Forgot about that. Okay then. Let's replenish also. We need... Oh, we have enough. Wait a minute, am I clicking on something that's not right? Replenish. We have enough infantry. Surely that's not right. Oh, I think it's because I'm clicking them. Replenish troops. Yeah, this is the strategic headquarters. We'll make 5 privates, 2. Okay. And let's turn off this operational logistics map mode. Move this up. Maybe just move there so they can't like do some flanking thing with the dogs. As for the rest of you, you guys are a little injured. You do think you would win. What about the 2 of you? Yeah, you think you're gonna win that fight. I think we'll take it. And we win the battle, I think. Yeah, we win. Good news. Move in there, and there's a city. Is this a metal mine? A rare earth mine. Interesting. Not really that valuable for us because rare earths are just not... They're not used in the production of anything we need right now. Get the walkers in. Get the machine guns in. Go and attack with what we have here. And we got most of them. Move up. Okay, that's those guys taken care of. We already moved him. Did we move over here? Yeah, we did. We got blundered into there. Already did all this stuff down here. Cool. Let's think about maybe playing a trade card on them. What's the odds of us pulling that off? We need 40 relations, but we do have some pleas of friendship to play. Those just increase relations for free. So we'll do them on Mosborn or Schwarzbund and do one more. Okay. We should now have enough to play trade. 711 difficulty. Well, that's basically impossible. What about spying? Can we spy on them? Yes, we will almost certainly succeed, and we succeeded. We should have enough spies that next turn we'll see everything they have now. Oh, no, wait, never mind. We only have 2 spies in there. Okay, we'll do it again, and we got 3. Okay, now we have 3 spies inside of Mosborn. We should be able to see everything that they have now. Dunkelraum is more difficult to do. I think we'll just shore up the existing spies we have there, and we've now got 4 spies inside of their territory. We should be able to start seeing everything they have. And good, they don't have any mines of the minerals that we're lacking. Metal. So maybe there is no metal mines on this planet. Possible. Sadly, possible. Do we still have administrative strain here? Where was it? I saw that earlier. We do. We are experiencing administrative strain. What is it from? Is it from these? Might be. Anyway, let's colonize. We only have 1,000 people, but if we do it here, well, if we do it here, that's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Alright, so this is, if we look at the grid, we can actually do this better. So 1, 2, 3, yeah, 1, 2, 3. If we wanted to put it here, well, I think it's easier to do it on, it says tundra, but that's actually 18 degrees Celsius, which I think 15 is the ideal for farming. So we could maybe even do outside farming here, but I think we'll put the city right here. And let's go to our colonize button. Gonna send as workers all these guys. Oh, we do need to create a new zone, but we're gonna have to create an asset here. So what do we want to start with? First thing we need to build, solar panel's not a bad idea. Requires one machine, 125. So that'll give us the power to just run some of the things in the city. Let's start with the solar panel. And I guess that just gave us a road. Or did it auto build the road maybe? I don't know. And we're gonna send as workers 1,000 of them. Wait a minute, did that just give me 1,000 people to this? I think it did. Okay, so we need to create a new zone. Of the zone where the strategic headquarters is present. Yeah, this should be zone borders. We want to create a new zone here. It's possible that there needs to be an asset in this zone for us to do that. If we take this, okay, yeah, that's how it's gonna. All right, so we wasted those workers, or rather, they're gonna go into the worker pool and get fired. So 1 turn of workers wasted. But then we'll have one up here. Once we build that, we will want a we will want a truck station. And I haven't really experimented with railroads so much. I assume they're just more efficient than roads are. If we think about it, we're gonna have to probably, I think railroads are more expensive to build initially. If we look at the construction of that, where is it? Where am I? Okay, construct road. Okay, so rail, yeah, so it requires IP and metal. That's why it's more challenging to do. But if we do that, then we can ship the scavenged metal into the strategic headquarters, which that is where all of our resources are collected. So we are going to need that connection. Oh, I guess one thing we can check is if Dunkelraum is willing to trade with us. I don't think they are, but we could check. Yeah, they don't like us. Okay, so we'll ignore them for now. Did we already open contact with everybody? Yeah. Okay, those guys we don't know about. Any cards we want to play? Look at all these operation and posture cards we have. Whole bunch of private investment, security outpost, gladiators, another treasure hoard. This is where we got our... No, wait, we had a underground vault or something. Light industry. Already have private industry level 3 on this zone. And we already have level 3 of that. Okay. So what about if we played this? We already have level 3. Okay. Sure. And then we'd have to build another city up here to take advantage of all this, but 13k, 16, 12. This is good stuff here, though. I want to go for it. We are going to want cities in both of these spots, though. Anyway, let's take a look at our reports. Do we have any issues? We're at word score 103. Wow. We are very, very honest. We are loved by our people. 100% population support. 100% worker support. 88% soldiers. 87% leaders. Urgent issues. Bad supply. We know where that is. MG. Low HQ power. We know where that is. They're far away from the SHQ. Sending replacements to units. Exeter is low population happiness. Yeah, we're working on it. We are working on it. Okay, I have wasted enough time contemplating all this. Let's go ahead and move forward. It's very easy to be kind of spiraling into many sorts of thought tangents in this game as you contemplate like the consequences of the things that you're doing, or like where things could be in a turn or two, stuff like that. But it looks like from our recon that we have on Dunkelraum, they don't have metal production. We don't know about what are they called? Gray Schwarzbund? Yeah, Schwarzbund. We don't know about them, but this turn we should have enough spies in there to see pretty accurately what their, everything looks like in their territory. So that maybe will give us an idea. Either way, once we get this new city up, we're going to have a second source of metal income. Obviously, the demetalization was kind of like, I feel, essential for us, and we do want to go down that route because it requires so few workers. All it requires is like a tiny amount of power. The upkeep or the initial investment is high, 3,000 metal to build, but then 500 per turn after that, just forever for the cost of like a couple hundred power or something. Well, we'll see how it goes. I think the solar panels, once they're finished, they should be finished this turn, I think. Then we'll be able to assign a new zone there, which means then we'll be able to... Alright, we killed 100, lost 100. We'll then be able to create a new city. 2 decisions, 69 reports. Okay. Old majority won, but with substantially less of the vote. Which is interesting considering how beloved and truthful we are. But maybe that's just because more of our people are part of a new political party. Looks like Republican Union and Lawful League are both sort of eating away at us. So, Alright, where did we lose troops? Let's go to the battles. We had a battle here, we were driven back, but... okay, so they took that ruin. And that was the only battle that happened. Okay. So this is where our private economy was building an oil well. Okay. I'm fine with that. It's a very poor oil deposit, all things considered. But it'll be free for us to experience, to have. The level of the deposit, yeah, that's the ease of, so I think that's the per turn rate. And did this not complete for any good reason? One round of all this stuff, we have it, so what are we waiting on? Construction, 1 turn left. I don't know. Why? Is it just because we didn't have enough logistics points to finish it all in one go? It's possible. If we look at the used... Yeah, I mean, it has all the resources already allocated, it just hasn't delivered them yet, so we may need to build another... what do you call it? Another one of these little supply extendos. Let's do that on this side. Supply base. There we go. Can't build them inside of the capital. That's why I'm putting them here and there. Could even stick one here. Might be that it's going this way. Anyway, that'll give a little bit more oomph, and then we could stick another one like here maybe. And that's probably a good spot for one. Yeah, let's do that. Construct, supply base. Okay. So we'll have this supply base, which you can see is just vomiting supplies up to all of our men here. If we look at the zone operational logistics, these guys are well out of logistical range, so we need to move them back. I think it shrunk because of the widening of this front. I believe that's why it shrunk like that. By the way, this road sign here, we can take it off now, but it's actually blocking this from going that direction. If we wanted to block sending, it would be there, but we don't want to block anything right now. So say we get one here, that's 50 AP. I think that's enough AP to get down here. Now 50 AP, what's it per turn to cross? Or there's a way to check this. Here we are. So for this type of road, the cost for truck logistics is 25. So you're only gaining 2 squares of movement per one of these buildings. Of course, some of these provinces are higher. Okay, wait, that's without a road. So this is 10 with a road. Now, what about here? What's the road cost? Still 10. Okay, so it's basically 10 per where a road is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 100 AP right there. That's 200. But we're adding 100. So we need to add another one of these things even. So we'll do 3 supply depots in one turn. Does this go up a level? Okay, it does. It gives more stuff. Okay, we may just have to actually build a rail line to get there eventually, because I think this might be just out of supply. But old thermal, we'll build one more here. We'll just get all 3 of these supply bases up. That should be, that's 150 AP plus the existing 100 that's in here, meaning that it's 250 total, so 25 hexes of road, which I think is going to be enough to get all the way out here. Plus, there is also the movement from this city to consider. I don't know how that factors in exactly. I guess that's kind of an experiment. We'll find out. Major worker strike in Exeter. We're going to give in some of their demands. 54 credits, no big deal. Marauders in Exeter. Oh boy. Let's turn off the operational logistics map mode and the construction, we want move, and we want that off. Okay, what do we got here? Wild groups of marauders are slaughtering people and workers outside their domes. They came with the wind, are elusive to kill and chase. We are making progress, but help would be appreciated. Can I count on your support to minimize the damage? Now, she's an amazing tactician. You know, even her operational command's 19. Her high command is 72. In fact, she might be better at it than our strategic command headquarters is. Yes. She's got 85 versus, what was it, 92, I think, for down here. 72. Okay, so very close at any rate. She's just a little bit worse than our overall Supreme Headquarters. So we can give our full support, giving a 50-point bonus. So it's a 50-50 shot if we win this. Let's see. Offensive roll, 115. Very good. Plus 50, 165. Plus 10. Due to security points, 175 versus 162. So we did succeed. Still 7% more danger and 1,600 population died. Which is just like... Why is Exeter so plagued, you know? Like, what is wrong with that city that they are just constantly being, like, crushed by every bad event? I don't know. I don't get it. These guys up here, we need to move them. Okay, there's enemies there that we didn't see. Just a couple of dogs, though. Nothing too serious. But there's more enemies there. Okay, so now we know. Our recon's terrible on this front. Can we win this fight? I think we can. Yeah, they retreated. Okay. So over here, we'll have the blue team move up and just start encircling these. If we're lucky, these dogs will like actually go over and capture that rare earth mine, and we can take it. Just checking all of our guys here. We do have someone who can attack. Do we want to? There's a couple of marauders. Yeah, we'll go ahead and attack here. Very, very weak enemy presence. And we killed them, and that's the end of them. Okay, so we've locked that off. Move them up to Move these guys over. The militia can kind of go like this. There we go. Gaining lots of territory. These guys back here, we already moved them. Okay. Just leaving down here. And I'm just going to have them sort of get more of the border pushed there. Okay. Interesting. I hope that we'll see this completed next turn. Our roads may be bottlenecking the possible supply points that are flowing. I think sealed roads are cheaper. We have a lot of IP. Why don't we actually upgrade some of the road segment that goes this way? 50 IP per hex, so is it cheaper? So that's going to cost 60. What does it cost here to here? 60. What about from this point? Okay, that would cost 100. I want to see what it costs just to go to like an empty square. Okay, so you do save a little bit. You save 40 points of IP. Wow, that is absurdly expensive. 2,400 points just to get to here. What about up there? 1,600. Well, it's because there's mountains. You know, that's what costs 800 points right there just to get to these two tiles. Let's go this way. We're gonna do this. It's very expensive, but we do have a lot of. We did have a lot of industrial points. Turn off the use POS. Now we should be able to put a lot more through. Does this lower the AP cost? It does. Okay, so these roads are also cheaper to move on. And this is a sealed road. It's just a road that's, you know, like an actual road. These are dirt roads, you know. So that's the difference there. Check the report. Popularity's down a little bit. I'm curious why our party was so devastated in the elections, given the crushing amount of popularity we have. It's an interesting thing. Anyway, we can end the turn there, I think. This is all moved. Yeah, okay. And moved everyone on this front, and moved everyone on this front. Okay. Then let's end the turn there. Hopefully this dog goes back and attacks that rare metal mine. That would be awesome. Get a free mine off of Dunkelraum. And I think I'll end it when we complete this next turn, because the video is starting to go a little bit long. Man, this game is really just like blossoming into very interesting directions. I think Shadow Empire kind of naturally does that, just based on the way that you're... Every game, you're kind of looking for a new angle. Like some games, you get a metal mine right next to your capital, and you just don't have to worry about it, ever. And like, there you go, bam. Metal as a resource is huge, and you can just do everything with that. But then maybe you have extremely dangerous alien wildlife that's constantly attacking you, and that's the problem. Or maybe, you know, your food is extremely scarce, or power is a problem, or, you know, you're waiting on one particular sort of research avenue to open up for you. There's just a lot of very interesting sort of challenges the game puts you through. And right now, we don't have any of the expanded, like, cult, corporation, or criminal syndicate on. But those are also other, you know, dynamics you're trying to balance while you're playing. Yeah, it's just a really, really cool game. Also, this series, I have not updated it. You know, I haven't updated my game, but the game has been updated. I know that there's quite a few quality of life changes that have happened, including giving you the... When you do the history playback, it actually shows you what hex something's going on, so you don't have to just like find it yourself, basically. That's a huge improvement, but there's other stuff too, balancing changes. I think they made changes to some of the costs on units and upkeep and stuff. But Round 53, we killed 200. We have 3 decisions, 75 reports. We've discovered new tech, mining techniques. That'd be great if we had a mine. Yeah. And we discovered cluster bombs. Okay. And we've operationalized assault infantry, which is tanks plus infantry. Discovered light armor assault. And a bunch of pleas of friendship. It's kind of an interesting thing we've got there. Let's take a look at our history real quick. Had a battle against the dogs here. No one died. Had a battle against rifle militia and killed a couple of them. And that's it. Now on this front, we are being chased back a little bit. I'm just going to pull him back into operational logistic range. And we still are constructing this. However, we are now in the green on this section. What seems to be the problem? Is it just a matter of the workers can't reach there? 0 logistical points were available. Yeah, okay. That's the problem. These guys are getting some of the logistical points. This is up and running now. So now we should get boosts to that from those, and we can extend this road. I'm going to spend more of the IP on this. We're going to just go ahead and go. That's too much. We don't need that much. We just need to get down here. That's 120. Now we can't go there because that's mountainous. That's going to cost us another 2,400 to get through. So we're going to have to wait a few turns to do that. But we can increase... Gosh, well... We are going to have to just wait on more IP to be able to build those roads through those mountains like that. But this is cheaper now. Do we want to just build... no, not rail. Do we want to just build, you know, more roads here? Sealed roads. That's 240. Okay. Let's just build out as much as we can here. That's going to cost... We can get 330. We can get down to here. So that's not going to help with the logistical situation since it's going to bottleneck on these roads, but it is going to help with the AP because these are cheaper to move on. 50% cheaper. So they can move twice as far on those sealed roads. So we'll just creep towards this. Take a look at our decisions. Do we want to change the national budget? I think we're good, honestly. Everything seems fine. Model design. Put them on more research or design focused. And we want to operationalize... Gosh, do we care about any of this? Light armor assault, light armor infantry. I think light armor assault incorporates artillery. We're not going to use these. We'll just go with the heavy MG infantry army. We'll just do that. That'll increase the ratios on some stuff, and we're not going to use it. It's just we have to sink it into something. And we're out of scavenge points on this, so let's turn off the recycling 4 because there's nothing left to scavenge there. Now it's all demetalization. It's the only thing we can produce metal from right now. We are experiencing slight worker shortages on something, I think. Maybe it was down here. Yeah, it's still this that we're having problems with. Okay. Do we have private light industry? Okay, that's light industry 1. Do we have light industry 3 here? Yes, okay. What's the private economy building? They finished their oil well. Okay. And what are they doing? They are building another oil well. We can play another, we'll play a couple private investment cards, I think. Zone, here we go. 6,000 creds, and we'll play one more of those. And there we go, 13K to invest. That should help. If we look at our prospecting reports, do we have any possibility of getting anything? Where is it? Prospecting. Here we go. We're sure there are some more, but we still haven't found any metal. Okay. Do we want to show the color of the enemy nations? I guess, nah, we'll leave it off. Alright, let's deal with this. Do we want to attack on this front line? Well, we could easily win. I'm more interested in possibly having those dogs annex more territory from Dunkelraum, though, so I'm just going to not attack them there. On this front, though, we're going to start to expand. Okay, we didn't take that. Okay, and we can encircle and destroy these guys. So let's go ahead and do it with all of our walkers and the machine guns. Maybe even these guys can join in. No, we'll leave them out. Okay. Attack. Ah, so close. They had 1 unit left. 2 units left. 3. Okay, so they were very, very close to destroying them. We lost a little bit of them MGs, but no big deal. We'll just go to our strategic headquarters, replenish units, and need a couple of privates 2s, and a couple of the machine guns. Make sure we need a lot of these. Why can't we build more than that? What's the problem? Are we lacking something? Ammo? No. IP? Yeah, we're lacking IP. Well, we'll build what we can. We've actually managed to burn up all of our IP. We need to make some ammo, though, which we can't do because we don't have IP. So we'll just make what we can. And we'll hold off, avoid battle for a turn. We will go ahead and circle those guys, though, and start moving up. And over here, that guy's coming back down here. How are you doing on your supply? Very low. Okay, we'll move you back. Look at that. You can go all the way here. You can sure eat some of the supply there. Have this guy move up. He can garrison that. Okay, that guy can stay there. Alright. Okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end the video there. We'll pick it up next time. Try to get this new city under construction, really. Looking to get that those sweet scavenging resources, but we are dealing with supply bottlenecks, so once we deal with that, we'll be good. I'll see you in the next one.